Meanwhile, good evening. Um, Post-lunch sessions are difficult. Even with such good speakers, we've been having some people passing out, so please try and keep awake. I am Bablu Ganguly. I work with a small NGO called the Timbaktu Collective. This is in South Andhra Pradesh, about 170 kilometers north of Bangalore, and we live in a small place called Timbaktu. Where I come from, I mean, here when I start hearing these things about billions of rupees and gigawatts and, you know, the problems of this country, I get a little bewildered because I come from a place where the carbon footprint is so low that it's very difficult to even calculate. And so, like the earlier speaker said, 4 hours of electricity, that's a lot. And so in Timbuktu, in fact, we took a decision way back that we would not use the main grid and that we would generate our own power, and our whole 32 acres of land is solar powered, including, yeah, thank you, okay, I'll do it.
You got it?
I'll do it.
Yeah.
Including our water pumping, our lighting, everything. We have over 120 people living there, and we use only solar and wood. But before I go any further, I'll just give you a small thing here. How do you do?
It's below. You know that little symbol at the bottom?
Ah, yes, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. That's the general landscape of where I come from. It's an Anantapur district. It's the second most drought-prone area in the country. We have rainfall from anywhere from 160 mm to 500 mm in that place. And yet that was one of the finest deciduous forests in South India just over 500 years ago. And that's how Timbuktu looked like in 1992 when we had just started. You see those hills there? That's actually a reserve forest. There were no trees there. And we had about 21 species of plants there, flora. That's another photograph from 95, and that's from now.
Wow.
Not much done by me, but it's all nature. All I'm saying is that nature has this incredible capacity to regenerate herself if we allow her to. Now we have more than 400 species of flora there. The peacocks have come back, the black buck has come back. We even have leopards coming there now. There are over 100 types of birds that come there, etc., etc. Okay. We also, the Timbaktu Collective also works on various other subjects. We are one of the founding members of the Fair Climate Network, and we have already, there are more than 60 CDM projects in the annual, and these are the only pro-poor projects in the world. Because all the CDM projects that you may have been hearing about from yesterday and today are all by these big companies that generate revenue for those companies and their stakeholders. But as pro-poor CDM projects, these are the only ones. They deal with biogas, with lighting, with wood stoves, etc. And right now we are developing the methodology for calculating carbon emissions under low carbon farming or organic farming. We ourselves are working with over 1,000 farmers in over 3,000 acres of land doing organic farming in that place where rainfall is so low, and they are making a business out of it and making a profit. So, but today I want to just talk about this place called Kalpavalli. Kalpavalli is a small area. So please.
It takes time.
Okay. Okay, there we are. There's about 10,000 hectares of wasted land in Anantapur. And it's one of the wind-rich areas, as you will be told. Ramgiri being the first where it was done. And as Timbaktu Collective, we were the first people to actually calculate the wind speeds and tell the government of Andhra Pradesh that, look, this is a very good place to set up windmills. So we are not against windmills. And in fact, a good friend of mine was the Secretary of Power at that time, Smarjit Ray, and he in fact came and inaugurated the first windmill that was put up there, and I was there for that. And at that time I asked him, I said, can't you get these people to give just 1% of the power that they generate to the village there?
Exactly.
And he tried, because I think of all the IAS officers I have known, he was one of the really fantastic persons. He passed away a few years ago as a special chief secretary to the government of Andhra Pradesh. But he couldn't manage that. And since then, we've been going on asking them to give 0.5%. But that doesn't happen. Yeah. Now, this is the story about Kalpavalli, which is a barren piece of land. Of that 10,000 hectares, we started working on just 125 acres in one village. And this is what it looked like in 1990. And there was barely anything growing there except, 2-3 species of grass and some bushes, etc. So in 92, we started working with the people in a village called Mushtikoila, and we just started doing hundreds and thousands of trenches, and slowly then other villages joined in, and today that's what it's become, with more than with one stream that has become perennial. And these are the villages that have joined in, and there's 7,000 acres of land that is now protected by these 8 villages in that area. We mobilized them, we formed Vana Samrakshana committees, we did all sorts of trenching, planting, pitting, fire breaks, all sorts of stuff. We had people coming in, we formed the Tree Growers Cooperative, and we registered it. We made watch huts, we trained the watchers, we marked the area, we did fire prevention, we collected seeds, and we did, this kind of trenching to stop water from coming in. And this is all man-made or human-made, not machine-made. And then dibble plants, trees, seeds in all these places, made farm ponds, made all these things, counseling the shepherds, etc. We celebrate the Environment Day every year, and all sorts of stuff. Now this is what it looks like. And we have this stream that you see there, which has become perennial now. And there's a tank that this stream feeds. This tank is over 450 acres in size. It was built in 1450 or something like that. And it has an eye cut of 600 acres. That means till about 70 years ago, it used to give 3 crops a year. And from a single crop, when we've done a case study on this, from a single crop, it generates more than 20 million rupees revenue. without a penny cost to the government of India or the Andhra Pradesh. There's no electricity, there are no pumps, nothing. And this has been going on for 500 years. And we have 300 such tanks in Anantapur district. And there are 3,000 to 4,000 smaller tanks than this in Anantapur district. And what you see there is the hills which have become completely barren. These are the paddy fields. We have more than 40 to 50,000 sheep that graze in Kalpavalli, from villages as far as 25 kilometers away. There are sacred groves in that place. There are more than 324 floral species, 135 faunal species. These are all the details. I mean, we have all these details. In fact, Dr. Leena, who's sitting there, has been doing a complete study of the whole area. Various species of birds and animals. Non-timber produce. This place is generating more than 25 million rupees a year for the local community in terms of grass, in terms of other timber, small timber, minor timber produce. Yeah? And that's where the windmills have to be set up. When there's 10,000 hectares of wasteland around. And this has been generated over a period of 15 years with 8 villages working hard in that kind of an environment to regain the wilderness that used to be. These are the lands that have been taken. In fact, the government of Andhra Pradesh has given them the land at 25,000 rupees an acre. And I still don't understand why windmills have to be sold the land. They came and promised the community that all the land they need is the amount of space that the windmill will take. Maybe about 10 meters by 10 meters. They have flattened 48 hilltops, 1 acre for every windmill. And of course, this had become the sheephead. Because all these sheep come from all over, you know what sheephead is, where all the sheep gather and then from there they move out. This used to be one of the centers of the Dakkani sheep, by the way, which is now different. It's a Nellore variety of sheep. And these sheep have nowhere to go now. And I'll show you, you'll see from what they've done, they made these roads. There's a 40 kilometers roads just in Kalpavalli. They are building 238 windmills in that area. But within these 7,500, there are 48 windmills. And for that 48 windmills, they have made 40 kilometers of road, which are anywhere between 10 to 50 meters in size. And it's going to be used for only these few months to transport those windmills to the top of the hill. And after that, it's gone, finished. They don't need the roads anymore. I have personally seen these kind of windmills being set up even in the Czech Republic, where they have been doing it with helicopters. Because it's far cheaper to do it by helicopter than build these roads. And definitely far cheaper on the environment. And this is approximately, and we've actually done the calculations, 190 acres of land has been destroyed to build these 40 kilometers of road. And they have not received permission for this, by the way. Huh? They have not taken permission from anywhere. They have not paid compensation to anywhere. Look at that, how they have cut into the hillsides. Anywhere up to 40 feet. They have cut into the hillsides. You can see those fractures that have started developing. And of course, this will all go into the tank. The same tank that we have managed to raise over 5 crores or 50 million rupees to desilt. The 10 feet of silt, which has been removed from that tank, is going to get silted up all over again. We have raised under the NREGA program over 30 crores. Sorry, how much? 30 crores? How much is it? 3 crores, yeah, sorry. Yes, 3 crores in the last 2 years for work on this land. And that's what it looked like in March 2011. And then they built those roads. Now you tell me, anybody who knows about sheep and cattle, small ruminants, large ruminants, how in the name of heaven are they going to cross those roads? They are not going to be able to. So in one shot, in the name of energy, we are ruining the economy of that place. Completely, because people live in a different economy. You know, this doesn't enter people's heads when you talk in terms of billions and gigawatts. These are people who live on 25 rupees, 30 rupees, maybe 150 rupees a day. And for them, being able to have 20 sheep is a hell of a lot. Now that sheep can't climb that. They can't cross those roads. The cattle, of course, can't. Then again, you look at that. You see how they have built, there's no plan. They have just gone and cut into that whole thing, thrown this stuff here, and we are now regenerating 100 acres of wasteland just below, outside of Kalpavalli. And the whole stream in that has, within 3 months, got 4 feet of silt. I have to finish. I'll finish. They have been using water, huge amount of water. They've been paying 85 rupees for 5,000 of liters of water.
Why do they need water?
For the cement bedding for that. So these are all the details, and I will not go into all that.
No. Just go back. Don't go that fast.
Nah,
that fast.
I'm
saying just about
no, this is all stuff that we are looking at, what we need to do.
Now, what is it the policy you require as far as wind is concerned? Do you have any?
Well, we don't mind wind. I mean, now that all this is done, we're not going to throw the windmills out anyways. But they have to compensate. They have to compensate, and according to the Biodiversity Act, they have to compensate for every acre of land that they have damaged.
Good.
And we will make them do it. We have gone to the company, we have asked Enercon, we've gone to the government, we've talked to the state, to the local government, to the national, the state government. Nobody is interested because Anantapur district is a barren piece of land, you know.
It is a
And
company.
this is Enercon.
Is there an alternative place to put that?
I told you there are 10,000 hectares of wasteland.
We'll come to it.
But
Okay.
there is enough place. There is
There's
enough
enough
place.
place.
So
I
that's
I
this
think
is
we need a better policy response for wind.
Yes.
None of this should
So-
be allowed in the first place. So clearly, and what you're saying is the revenue wasteland definition has to also be changed.
that's
Very important, very, very important. Andhra Pradesh, we know that the entire Katrapalli, Sompeta, every issue in Andhra Pradesh is about the definition of a wasteland, which is actually productive ecosystems.
right.
And I think that's the very important issue. But thank you very much,
You're welcome.
Bablu.
Okay.